One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Horned Frogs will put toe to leather and we'll get started. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Avan. And the defense settled in to stop that. Short gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Line getting set on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. A strike downfield. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield on first down. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
It's complete to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On third down, he drops the throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive firing. Good timing on the quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. Looking for a huge play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide-open wide receivers, you still expect it.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Takes it the other way.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Sun Devils are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looking for more room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, TCU!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he's going to bring this one out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jeff. Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Throws to the back. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. The Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he's not going to take the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They've been gashed by the proverbial buzzsaw. Now to try to find a way to fight back into this game. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got it down the middle. There he goes. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
Wants to throw on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Quick strike complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
The Sun Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got his man quickly. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
And the Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Avant. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Music no. Music no. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, that are going to the running backs and to the tight ends, those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
This should be the last play of the quarter. He'll throw on 3rd down. Caught on the line. It's Thomas. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the air on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice game.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
The Sun Devils will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
And the Sun Devils started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Gonna look downfield again. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Wants to go up top. Back's got it. Touchdown, Sun Devils! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This quarterback part of their running game. Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
When you come out and the run game works right away, everybody gets confidence, everybody's happy, and the whole playbook now is open for everybody to use.
And the Horned Frogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. And I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
The Horned Frogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to run for it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receiver.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Hauls it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. Finds his man down the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it.
Shadow! Shadow!
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Touchdown, Arizona State! Fitted in the window for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it, and I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch, huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
Hey, camper! Ready!
Motion from the back. Wants to go up top. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Leaves it with the running back. Picks up the 1st down. Speeding down the left side. At the 30. The 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Here we go, here we go!
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the tight end. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down.
and the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes that when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get it.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, TCU! And they turn it into a defensive score. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Arkansas is currently ahead in this one, but boy, there have to be some nervous moments for the folks in Fayetteville. They have not been able to pull away. They're up by 13 over Texas A&M. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. They'll run play action. Makes the catch. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Wants to go up top on first down. Gonna let it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
And the Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Thomas.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Gets it out fast. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Unloads to the wideout. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. They'll start this drive with a pass. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Snags it down the right side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Let's go.
Here's the handoff. Got the first down and still on his feet. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air on first down. On the run, still looking. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Trying to take it back. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Breaks into the open. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll run it from the gun. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Might as well give it to him again.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. looking to fire. Here comes the heat. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Calls his own number. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28th.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
I want to see your TV celebration.
Just going to keep it after the snap. He has the first and still on his feet. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Louisville is running away with this one behind an offense that's striking on the ground and through the air with military-like precision. They're up by 31 over Virginia Tech. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Power football with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Quickly complete. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Right on the money. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Complete on the comeback. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a second down play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So now it's second and long. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Takes the easy completion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. On target over the middle. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to the back. There he goes. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. They're looking to throw on second and short. Working that wide receiver screen. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Wideout trying to get it in.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And the Sun Devils line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
They'll try it again from the one on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive line? And when they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next.
Into the secondary on the right. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Got his man. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And on fourth down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. Backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it in drive on third down. With the win.